Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
My friends, as you know, my job is to serve you. And I guess you may wonder why I've tried to explain quite often to you the frustration I have with the lack of knowledge in bodybuilding and how so many fellas are so confused and unhappy because they're searching, which is normal. See, what I present to you, my friends, is years of experience. I went through, I know the teenage areas, before the teenage areas, because I was training. Everything is learned and accomplished through experience. We tried things for 6 months, a year, all kinds of different aspects, because there were nobody, didn't have a YouTube then. Very few guys knew anything. And the ones, a lot of them out there that claim they know should be arrested. But that's beside the point. The point is I get a lot of emails. And one of the emails that the guy has emailed me about 5, 6 times, and I got to the point I got guilty with him. And I said, I got to answer this fella's email because he was so confused. The guy's, I think he's in the 30s, about 30 years old. He started a couple of years ago, a year or so ago. And he was trying to ask me about the prospects. He says he goes to the gym and he sees these cliques of people training different ways. And he asked me, he said, what is slow reps? It fascinated me because I said, well, you should know. He says, I see these guys doing a very deliberate slow rep. He said, then I see these guys doing moderate, what I consider moderate. Then I see what they call the circuit trainers. They start off like you start off with your bench press. Then you do one set. Then you go to your curls, you do one set. Then you go to your back, and then you start all over again. And he says, I don't have time to go through all these motions. Could you please tell me what you think is the best? And I said to my friend, I call all you guys my friend. Anybody that's into bodybuilding and health is my friend. And I want you also to give me a little leeway on this, you don't get the sharpness that you think you should get from my videos. It's only because I'm doing this online. I'm doing this from my office, and as I said before, I send it to Jason, he sets it up, and he puts it on Yorkie level. So the point simply is, if you get this video, you understand why. But that, I'm digressing a little bit. Now, the slow reps, which you get this, it's not a lot of people, you don't have a lot of talk about it, because to me, it's really not productive. It's like a fad. You do the rep so slow, you bring out all the tension and the muscles by doing it slowly and deliberately. Very hard on the mind, you ask me. And it's not going to build big muscles. You'll get some striations and so forth from it. You're not going to get big muscles because you're not concentrating enough force on that muscle in the shortest period of time. See, my friends, if work itself built muscles, the best built men in the world would be guys working on the big, on bricklayers and guys like that. They're working all day. But the reason they don't build any muscle to speak of, because it's not concentrated. The whole idea, my friends, of building muscle is to try to concentrate the most force in the shortest period of time. Not going crazy doing something, just the more of a steady training you can do in the shortest period of time will magnify in the body responding. Because I want you all to remember, the body is a responder. It responds to what you demand of it, and it will react accordingly. Now, to me, in our training, we want to be big, massive. We were all in our gym, the West Side Barbell Club. All the guys, we wanted to get big. And we found that the more weight we could use in the shortest period of time blew up our muscles and we grew faster. That was our evaluation of our training. That's how we trained, and we responded very well. That's how I built the largest arms in the world, using that method. You know, don't hesitate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The body responds to that. It says, oh shit, this guy's working me. I got to pump him. The blood surges in, the muscles grow because you're concentrating the activity. The slow stuff, now see all these things, my friend, everybody, it's human nature. We're searching for something magical, for something about that body. There's all kinds of methods of training that body for different aspects. The gymnastic train different from the guy that's doing the triathlon. All these things are different. But you got to make up your mind what you want. You want a good, well-built body, then I say, forget about this slow stuff and all that. That's all hit work. I mean, you know, a lot of guys can't even train doing regular exercise. So you think they're going to say, like doing a curl, 1, and you're coming down like you're afraid of it, 2. The same thing now. That you got a clientele for that. My friends, I don't care what you do or what you come up with, there's going to be people that follow you. Now, what I tell you, my friends, is not something I heard or read, something I know. I don't get involved in all these aerobic type things because we never did it, and I wasn't looking for that type of performance. And I was very disappointed when I found that these long-term runners had no body strength, because they didn't train the body for body strength. They trained it for longevity. And when they first came around to the gym, we all felt intimidated because we said, it was about 4 or 5 of them in a club around there, because we thought these guys can run, they must be strong as hell. They were weak as babies compared to us. They were getting all out of breath doing the exercise. There was nothing else because their body was not conditioned for that kind of training. It's all conditioning. How you condition the body to what you want. And the body is so magnificent. It's an accommodator. The body will give you what you demand of it, and you feed it right, rest it properly, and of course you see the great athletes around. The bodybuilders today, I'm a little disappointed with, only because of what they're using to get to where they are today. But that's another story. But the main thing is, if you want a well-conditioned body, you use moderate weight, you train every other day, and you do the motions of continuity. In other words, when you do a curl, don't sit and wait for a week to do the next curl. You do 1, 2, 3. Keep that rhythm and finish that set, and you'll notice the difference in the body and its reaction. So this fellow that sent me the email, he sent about 5 emails. My friends, I just don't have the time. I really don't. I'm a one-man show. I don't have a wife. I got a shop clean, and you know I take care of Leroy, because that's the only person that take care of Leroy, and I'm domesticated. You know, I shop. Sometimes my friends laugh at me, because I have friends, if you went to their house and opened the refrigerator, you think nobody lived there. There's nothing in it. They eat everything out. Well, I'm not designed that way. And believe me when I tell you, cleaning and shopping and all that eats up the clock. Then I got to focus on the people I love, the bodybuilders. So if you want to maintain a nice, firm, big body, then I recommend you do what I consider the cadence method. I mean, not the cadence method, the rapid Do not hesitate. Try to do no more than 10, no less than 8. Now, I just hope that gets to you. And I want you to remember to hook on MrYorkieLover.com. And you'll see everything on that. You'll see the pictures that we're selling. You'll see what we're doing, everything we can to concentrate on you. Our concentration is on you. And that's why I work the way I work at my tender age. So that's basically, I'm answering this young man because I feel guilty. I just couldn't get to him. And I just want to let him know, forget about that slow rep stuff he hears about the gym. He's so confused. You see all these different things. If he wants to get a nice, firm, well-built body, then he should do so no less than 8 and no more than 10, and do it as closely as possible together. The quicker he can do, because remember, you have so many minutes to build a muscle. I mean, your muscle can only handle the weight so many minutes. The more you can concentrate in that short time, the quicker your body will respond. Check on my website, LeroyCover.com. You get a lot of information on you. My friends, to be continued.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.